It was a normal Friday night in the Red Lion pub in Whitehall, where journalists gathered to gossip about the week. Charlie Whelan, former Chancellor Gordon Brown's personal spin doctor, was holding court as usual, white wine spritzer in hand. Only this night, in October 1997, he had a ripping tale to tell the hacks. He advised them that an interview with the Chancellor in the next day's Times should be interpreted to mean, though Brown didn't quite say this, that Britain would not be joining the EU single currency. Not in this Parliament and probably not ever. Gordon has saved the pound, he announced. Hacks sidled away to phone their editors with a genuine bombshell. Peter Mandelson, the original Labour spin doctor, tipped off Tony Blair that Brown was trying to kill the euro stone dead. That led to the newly elected PM making a frantic phone call to the Red Lion to find out what his own policy was on Europe. That story, widely told, about the toxic division between Blair and Brown that disfigured and eventually destroyed the last Labour government, tells us why, 23 years later, the first Muslim Chancellor resigned before he had even delivered a budget speech. Dominic Cummings, Boris Johnson's supernumerary Caliban, is determined to nip in the bud any hint of a return to discord between number 11 and number 10. His boss agrees. He made it a precondition of his taking the role, effectively, as Boris Johnson's chief of staff, that the Dom would have hire and fire authority over ministerial staff. Over the special advisers, or SPADs, like Whelan, who spend much of their time briefing the press, with varying degrees of accuracy, about their boss's business. Cummings made clear he would tolerate no briefing unless he authorized it. He was furious, therefore, when he saw stories appearing in the press about Sajid Javid considering a mansion tax and a raid on high-net-worth pensions. Worse, the Financial Times started talking about Javid exercising restraint on the Prime Minister's spending plans on everything from HS2 to potholes. In fact, the Saj, as he's known in cabinet circles, was fully signed up to the spending agenda and probably thought he was just being prudent in calling for 5% cuts in departmental budgets. But Cummings insisted on a clear out of the Chancellor's people. Boris Johnson, in an hour-long meeting in the Cabinet Room on Thursday, actually told Javid that he was doing a splendid job. He probably half believed it. But like Cummings, the PM is determined to put the Treasury under central control. It has traditionally been a semi-detached power centre. No more. Javid resigned in pique, declaring that no self-respecting minister could put up with this remote control by number 10. Losing a chancellor often means losing a prime minister not long after. Nigel Lawson resigned. For more on this story, visit the news article link.